guys, let's start this amazing night by learning some new idioms. Like when you see me with my computer, you'll definitely know that we will be learning some new idioms. So in today's video, we will take a look at 5 new amazing idioms. Let's get started. As you can see in this title that I've already prepared on my computer, it said English idioms related to transport. Sounds amazing. So are you ready to learn those 5 new idioms for tonight? And I guarantee you, you will never regret it. So start by learning some more idioms because idioms are really helpful for you in the IELTS test so that you can get a really good score, or you can use those idioms when talking with someone. Instead of just using simple words, you can use high-level idiomatic words, and it can help you impress the others. So let's learn some English idioms related to transport. First of all, we need to know what is transport. Do you know what is transport? Well, if you don't know that yet, make sure you search for that right away. Because if you don't know what are transportations, then you cannot learn today's video. So transport simply means some transportation that you use to get around instead of walking. You can still walk, but maybe the distance is too far away and you need some transportation to help you get around. So there are some examples of transportation. Let me name some for you so that you can get a better understanding of it. First, let's see. We have bike. We will use bike to go to somewhere near, like our school. We will bike to school. Next is motorbike. Motorbike is a type of transportation that a lot of Vietnamese often use them to get around, and it's really convenient. So bike, motorbike. We also have car. There are many types of car too, and car is like the common transportation that foreign people usually use. So car. There's bus, metro, train. Those are public transportation. Bus, metro, train. So why do we call these public transportation? That's because in that vehicle, there are many people on that ride. That's why we say public transportation. And there are many transportation in the air, like plane or helicopter, airplane. Lots of transportation. So if you know some more transportation, make sure you comment down below. But let's start this lesson. Some English idioms related to transport. It will be an idiom with one of the transportation I just told you, and the meaning is absolutely different. Alright, let's get started. Let's move to our very first idiom, which is something is just like riding a bike. So riding a bike, very common thing. We ride a bike to school, we ride a bike to work, we ride a bike to anywhere. So a bike is a type of vehicle that will help you exercise more because you have to use your feet instead of gas. So you have to use your feet to pedal so that you can get around easier. It's just like walking, but instead you have to pedal and pedal to get around. So something is just like riding a bike. Does that mean maybe this thing is similar to riding a bike? Is that it? No, it's not at all. If you understand this idiomatically, something is just like riding a bike actually means very easy to do and very easy to learn. English is something like riding a bike. English is very easy to learn. So you can use this like it's actually like a piece of cake. A piece of cake is very easy. So something is just like riding a bike means very easy. But for some people, it's not as easy as you think. But once we learned it, we'll know it's very easy to ride a bike. And nowadays, almost everyone knows how to ride a bike. And you should too. So let's look at the example. Ballroom dancing is just like riding a bike. Means ballroom dancing. Very easy to learn and you should try it. Ballroom dancing. For me, I think dancing is very, very hard. And it doesn't convince me with this, but it's just an example. Ballroom dancing is something just like riding a bike. So, something is just like riding a bike means very easy to learn. Let's move on to the second one, which is to lose your train of thought. Train. Why do we say to lose your train of thought? Well, this idiom means to forget what you were talking about. Maybe I was saying about this. I'm talking about this idiom, and suddenly somebody called me, "Hey, where's my key?" And I said, "Oh, it's on the counter." And when I finished answering them, I suddenly forgot what I was talking about. So you forgot something. To forget what you were talking about. I were talking about this idiom. Suddenly some of my friends call me for something. I answer them. And when I get back, I don't remember what I were talking about. Yes, so to lost my train of thought. Or when you are writing about an essay, oh, you just have so much experience, so much emotion, and you write that essay. But then when someone asks you something and you answer them, and after that, you get back to your essay and you just cannot think of anything. Oh man, you made me lost my train of thought. You made me forget what I was thinking about. Let's look at the example. Oh, I think I lost my train of thought. Oh, I think I forget what I were talking about. Very interesting. Let's look at our third idiom, which is to throw somebody under the bus. So this idiom is related to the bus transportation, which is a public transportation. Lots of people use bus to get to work. We use bus to get to work, or we use bus to even go to school. If you see in some international school, like they will have their own bus and they will take the students to school with the school's bus, and which is pretty convenient. But what does it mean by to throw somebody under the bus? Is it like a violent and you just bully them, you throw them under the bus? Does that mean? I think when you mean like in a simple way, it actually does make sense. But this, we're talking about idiom. And if you understand in the idiomatically way, it actually means to do something harmful to somebody for your own advantage. Like you have for your own advantage. And you have to do it. For example, do you want $100? Oh, of course I do. Then, if you want $100, push her. So you have to do harmful for someone else just for your own advantage. And a bet is that if you push her, you'll get $100. So that means to do something to somebody for your own advantage. Well, I'm going to throw somebody under the bus to get $100. Means I'm gonna do something harmful to someone else in order to get $100, which is a very bad thing to do, and you shouldn't do it just for your own advantage. It's a bad thing to do. So for example, I am not going to throw my friend under the bus for $1,000. $1,000 is a lot of money, but I think this is a true friend. She's not going to throw her friend under the bus. She's not going to harm her friends just for $1,000. All right, let's move on to the fourth idiom, which is to be walking on thin ice. You know, it's very dangerous if you walk on thin ice. It's just like a layer of thin ice, and if you step hard, you will end up falling down with the icy cold water. And it will be very dangerous because you will get sick, or you will even get cold, or worst of all, you even die. So, to be walking on thin ice means to do something very dangerous or risky. Just like the idiom said, if you walk on thin ice, it's very risky and you shouldn't do it. So, to be walking on thin ice means to do something very dangerous or risky. Let's look at the example. You are walking on the thin ice by coming late. Next time, you will be fired. Like you come late too many times. And the manager has enough of it. So they said, you are walking in thin ice for coming late. You'll be fired next time. Like if you come late another time, you will definitely be fired. And I do not care how good you are. So, to be walking on thin ice. Ooh, I'm walking on thin ice for not doing my homework. I'm doing something very risky because I haven't done my homework. And maybe my teacher will told on me and she will punish me for it. Let's move on to our last idiom for today. To be in the same boat. Boat is another transportation. I forgot to mention that in the beginning of the video. So to be in the same boat actually means, what do you think? Don't look at the definition just yet. So to be in the same boat, does that mean like you are on a boat with a lot of travelers, right? It actually means a different thing. To be in the same boat means to be in the same bad situation. In this situation, you are, like your friends and you are in the same bad situations. Both of you are. So let's see the example. My friend failed history, and I will be in the same boat if I don't study. My friend failed history, and I will be in the same bad situation. I will be the same. I will fail history if I don't study. That's conditional sentence 1. So we have finished our night today by learning 5 new idioms. Let's review them all over again. Alright, let's review them all over again. And remember, this is English idioms related to transport. The first is, something is just like riding a bike, means very easy to learn. The second idiom, to lose your train of thought. Oh, lose your train of thought means to forget what you were talking about. The third idiom is to throw somebody under the bus, to do something harmful to somebody for your own advantage, a bad thing to do. And the fourth idiom is to be walking on thin ice. Something that you do is very dangerous and risky, and you shouldn't do it. The final idiom is to be in the same boat, to be in the same bad situation. It was a pleasure learning with you, and I'm very happy too because I have also discovered 5 new idioms related to transport. Bye! I'll see you in another night by learning another 5 new idioms. Bye!